Well, I was doing some backhoe work yesterday, taking out some trees and clearing some brush for electrical. So I got my boys and wife riding with me, digging out this tree here, back glass open, and something back here exploded and a fountain of hydraulic oil was sprayed all over all of us. My oldest boy got the brunt of it, Bruce, and he's all cackling like a maniac thinking, oh, something really exciting just happened. Meanwhile, I'm trying to hold back every curse word that's running through my head. You guys watch for the leak, and I am gonna go start this thing up, and hopefully you don't get blasted by a bunch of oil. Well, I was trying to lay this whole boom down, but that hose is busted so bad that I can't extend my boom out to lay it down, so I'm gonna have to work with this. So this hose here is our culprit, and it actually don't look too bad to change. So I've actually made plenty of hydraulic hoses, and also I have field repair hydraulic hose kits where you can just cut the hose and install a couple fittings and put them back together. But since this is an area where the hoses flex constantly, that's really not a good idea. So I'm gonna pull this hose off, and I think I'll have it made somewhere local. So before I was a diesel mechanic at a dealership, got my start at an outfit that did a whole lot of roadside service. I remember laying in the snow, changing a starter on a Detroit engine. And I remember thinking, this ain't for me. I only worked at that outfit about a year. And then went to a dealership where pretty much always working inside. Anyways, them guys that do the roadside and field work, those are real men or women. It's like the other end of that hose is there, so I think if I just take this one off, that'll make it a whole lot easier. So a good way of keeping track of what hose goes where is colored zip ties, which I do have, but my boys think they're toys and they tend to scatter them throughout the shop, so I'm just gonna remember this one goes there and I'll take the other one off. So I've been intending, when I finish this big shop build, that I'm gonna go through on this backhoe and kind of fix all the stuff I find wrong. You know, this backhoe's from the 90s and it could use a lot of new lines, and I got a few more hydraulic cylinders leak in. If you're interested in finding out how to rebuild a hydraulic cylinder, I did do a video on that. Oh, this hose is really stiff. That's where it blew out there. I'd say just rubbing a little bit and being old. While I'm being lazy and having someone else make my hoses, I'm gonna go ahead and whip off some of these ones that are extremely rough. Look at this one. This is the one you'd have thought would blow. Well, I had those 3 lines made up at John Deere dealership. So the one failed line here, and then 2 lines that look pretty rough. So you wouldn't believe that cost $300. Yeah. So if you're made of money, go to John Deere and have your hydraulic lines made. I have a little bit of a spiral wrap to help protect them. Got the off-brand John Deere hydraulic tractor fluid. It's about 40 bucks a pail compared to the 120 of HydroGuard. Now my thinking behind that is that I'm more likely to spring a leak long before the actual oil will degrade. So I'm not gonna spend a whole lot of money on the quality of the oil. Spiral wrap is actually very cheap. You can pick it up on the internet and it just winds around the hoses. It's plastic and it protects it some from UV and also from chafing. This isn't the correct size for this hose, but it was free and it will offer some protection.
Dad.
Yeah?
I have to go potty. I have to go poo-poo.
You gotta go poo-poo in the woods. So you see here, this hose ain't leaking yet. It's been rubbing on the boom there, but got that Kevlar stuff on it. Stuff ain't worth nothing. So I'm gonna go ahead and put some spiral wrap on it and hopefully get some more time out of that hose. And boys see me using wrenches and they tend to run off with them, so spend a little bit of time tracking them down. Actually, I think I like the spiral wrap being pretty loose around the hose like that. I think that will give it some added protection, a little bit of wiggle room in there. Well, they got the end wrong on one of these hoses. You know, when you spend $100 per hose, you kind of think they get it right, but I'll make them fix that. But that's just for the extended hose, so I think I can still use it. So I tried lifting the boom and it squirted oil everywhere, so I got the extended boom pinned now, so hopefully I can pick the boom up. Hey, hop in the cab with me. All right, we're gonna go do some work. I'll leave you with some shots of my wife trying to learn to fly our drone.
Keep thinking.